Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, our channel where we take a look at things you never watched or listened to before. And today we're taking a look at another Midnight Till Morning song, Navy Eyes. We took a look recently at by Midnight Till Morning, and at that point I knew of, I think I referred to it as Making the Band, but it's Building the Band, which is the talent show that went on Netflix that Liam Payne was involved in shortly before his untimely death. And the song was really good, but I didn't really know the background of the band, right, aside from that they came from that show. I have watched almost all of Building the Band since then. I think I've got one episode left, which is the final. So I kind of know a bit more about how this band came together, the sort of story of you know, how they came through the competition, the ups and downs, the fallouts, you know, the girl troubles, etc. And it was interesting because it gave me a bit more of an idea of what they were thinking when they put themselves together as a band, right? And I pretty much nailed it, that they were looking for something that was a bit different to the sort of stereotypical boy band. They wanted something that came across as authentic, that showed off their artistry, you know, writing songs, playing actual instruments. They built that up in the Buy video such a lot that I could tell that was what they were going for. And like I say, all of them have a voice that, while it sounds good in a boy band, you wouldn't necessarily automatically call them boy band voices, right? There was one that was a bit more like it, and we'll see if it's the same in this. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first song. I enjoyed the show in general, actually. I hope they bring it back. Although I wasn't a fan of Alison. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this and see what it looks like.
Just tell me that it's too late to drive this time of night. When you're Navy, I say I should stay. I wanna feel what it's like. When you're Navy, I say I should stay. If I grab the keys and start leaving, would you fight for us to keep me right here? If you say you need me like you mean it, I'm going nowhere.
Okay, this one feels so far a little bit more like your stereotypical boy band stuff. Like when One Direction started putting guitars in the songs to give them a bit of authenticity. We'll see if it changes later on in the song. I'm not saying it's a bad song, I still like it as a song, but I'm just comparing it to what they said they wanted to do and what they did with Bye.
I don't wanna fall, just
He's got such a good tone to his voice.
stay in my arms through the afterglow. Just tell me that it's too late to drive this time of night. When you're Navy, I say I should stay. I wanna feel what it's like. When you're Navy, I say I should stay.
Cool video though.
I should stay. I should stay.
So what is interesting is, I think the last time during my reaction to Bye, I brought up a band called Pretty Much that I used to listen to. This actually sounds like something Pretty Much would have done, but with a bit more of an edge to it. It's really interesting.
We make it out until the morning. Would you double down or would you be running? Cause I'm scared if I walk out the door, then goodbye's coming my way. I don't wanna fall.
What's interesting is, I think when I listened to Bye and I didn't know the backstory, I think I pointed out Connor's voice as being the most sort of typically boy bandish. What's really interesting is on the show it isn't. He's got this really sort of low voice filled with like cries, not like cries, but like that's how his voice is. But then recorded, it does sound a little bit more akin to what you might expect from a boy band, but still not like all the way there.
Just let it go. Stay in my arms through the afterglow. tell me that it's too late to drive this time of night. When you're near me, I said I should stay. I wanna feel what it's high.
Ooh, nice flip.
Maybe I said I should stay.
They broke the eyes.
I should stay. Oh, I should stay. Oh, I should stay. I should stay. Yeah. Oh, I should stay. I should stay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I should stay.
like that.
I should stay. Yeah. Oh, it's too late to drive this time of night. No, I don't wanna drive this time of night.
That was a very sudden end. It just stopped. At least it didn't sort of fade out, I suppose. I hate songs that... Well, I don't hate songs that fade out, but I much prefer songs that have an ending. But that one just came around very quick. Very good song. Really liked it. I think I preferred it to Bye. Like I say, it didn't necessarily feel like as much of a departure from boy band songs as Bye did. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think, you know, if you are pitching yourselves as a boy band, even if you're saying we're a boy band that doesn't do boy bands like other boy bands do boy bands, there's still got to be a bit of boy band in there, right? Otherwise it's not a boy band, it's just a band. You know, you wouldn't call Oasis a boy band, you wouldn't call you know, Foo Fighters a boy band, even though they are bands full of men, male, you know, they're male filled bands. So for a boy band to be a boy band, even if you're trying to, you know, redefine it a little bit, there's still going to be those elements of boy bands that came before, right? There's still going to be bits of, you know, your NSYNC, your Backstreet Boys, you know, your New Kids on the Block, your One Directions. You're not going to be able to avoid all of that. There's still going to be an element of that in the song, and I think this is a song that just has a few more of those elements in than maybe another one of their songs would. I think an album by Midnight Till Morning would be very interesting, and I hope there is one coming, because I would really love to listen to it, because I think you'd get both sides of the spectrum. I think you get the sort of stereotypically pop boy band side of things, and I think you'd get the sort of slightly more rockier edge that they said during the show they wanted to go for, and both of those are things that I really enjoy. So I think, you know, if I'm going to listen to a boy band, I think this is aimed at my taste in music. Probably not at me, because, you know, boy bands generally are aimed at female audiences, but I think the type of music they're doing is a lot closer to what I might listen to than a lot of other boy bands have done in the past. It's just a really interesting setup they've got, and a really interesting show. So yeah, thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.